What is going on, guys? Here it is, finally, the day Amazing Spider-Man issue 9 is finally released, Spider-Verse Part 1. And of course, not to mention that we've got all of the tie-ins that are coming out in the coming weeks. Also, we got Spider-Verse Team Up issue 1, that's going to be up on my channel tomorrow. But here it is anyway, Amazing Spider-Man issue 9. First, I would just like to apologise for this video being as late as it is. I actually fell asleep whilst editing this, which is so embarrassing because that never happens to me, so I must have been bloody well tired. But yeah, I just want to announce the winner for the Amazing Spider-Man issue 8 digital code giveaway, and of course it is this person on screen now. So congratulations to you. I actually asked the question, what did you think about the ending of the Amazing Spider-Man issue 8 comic with Mayday Parker's parents dying? So, in my opinion, I actually thought that you had the most energetic comment out of everyone for some reason. It was just so weird, but guys, don't worry. Well done to Christian Panong. Is that how you... I hope that's how you pronounce your name. But yeah, well done to you. But guys, for you guys that didn't win, not to worry, because I'm actually doing a giveaway for this issue as well. And yeah, I'll do the question in a minute. But I'm going to be doing loads of giveaways in the future. Remember, we've got loads of Spider-Man tie-ins and stuff like that, so don't worry about that. And, of course, congratulations again to Christian Panong. Is that... Yep, just making sure. Thanks for your comment, and I will give you your code within 24 hours. And, yeah, I hope you enjoy your issue. Also, guys, I am actually doing a giveaway for this issue as well. So if you want to get your hands on this issue and get this digital code so you can read this comic for yourself, then just answer this question. What are you hoping or expecting to happen when Peter Parker meets Superior Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse? Because of course, Doc Ock is going to be so shocked to see that Peter Parker got his body back. Imagine that. Imagine finding out that you basically lose. But of course, Doc Ock didn't lose. We know that he gave him his body back willingly. But yeah, so answer that question and I will announce the winner in the Amazing Spider-Man issue 10. So yeah, congratulations to the winner of the giveaway and congratulations to the future winner of the Amazing Spider-Man issue 9 giveaway. But without further ado, we've waited far too long for this issue. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so to kick off the issue, guys, we actually get a bit of a rundown and a huge title sequence saying Spider-Verse Part 1, The Gathering. And of course, it actually has a subtitle, and that is The Gathering as well. And I guess that means that in this issue, basically there's just a huge spider gathering. And it pretty much starts off with Peter Parker being asleep in his bed, and J. Jonah Jameson calling him up in the middle of the night and telling him to get down to a certain place in the city. And on the way there, it kind of feels like we're with a younger Spider-Man. Well, it feels like the same Spider-Man, but it just feels like he a lot happier, if that makes sense. But once he gets there, Marlon's brother is actually waiting for him. His name is Deimos, and he's actually the guy, if I remember correctly, who killed Peter and Mary Jane. You know, like the older versions, Mayday Parker's parents, Spider-Girl's parents, and right off the bat, he just dives for Spider-Man's face and grabs him round the neck. And of course, Peter's just like, what? Who are you? Where are you? Like, and Deimos actually mentions something about how he says that on every Earth. And Spider-Man says, no, wait, we are not on Earth. And then he just like stops talking or whatever. And it turns out that they are actually on the moon. How crazy is that? So the Earth is actually in the sky, and you can see on a statue there that they've actually inhabited the moon, and that is where the city is now and stuff like that. And I thought that was freaking awesome. But now we go over to the Loom world, aka Earth 001, and this is pretty much where Marlon and his family of killers live and stuff like that. Now, I think they're actually called the Inheritors. We actually have a name for Marlon and his kind now. They are actually called the Inheritors, and they actually travel throughout different like dimensions and stuff like that, killing Spider-Man. And I think it's actually important to mention that this giant spider is known as a spider god. And what actually happened was Marlon and his family, the Inheritors, actually went to kill this spider, and he ended up actually killing Khan and Marlon's mother. And eventually the Marlon family kept him as prisoner because of what he did, and now he's just a slave. And now basically this spider god gives them access to Spider-Man across different dimensions. and all of that crazy stuff. And this is where we found out that Deimos actually realizes that Marlon is actually avoiding the 616 universe. There's something about it that they do not quite know. But anyway, then we go over to Peter and Silk in Peter's bedroom, and she actually scares him out of sleep and stuff like that. And she actually has this crazy idea for one of them to move away. And she's actually trying to persuade Peter to move away out of the city, and she'll take care of New York. Anyway, moving on to the next page, we get this awesome, like, huge page of Spider-Man swinging out of the panels across the entire page, which is just awesome. It'll look better when it zooms out, but basically Silk is explaining to Spider-Man how she feels like the great web of destiny type of thing is bringing her towards him. Not just like usual, like, how they, like, go towards each other, but just, like, in general, like, it's hard to explain, but it'll be easy to understand. Basically, all of the Spider-Men across dimensions are being brought towards 616 Peter Parker. And here there's a bit of humorous fighting going on about how Silk can protect the city from New York, and so can Spider-Man, stuff like that. And they actually go up against a giant spider robot, which is insane. But then all of a sudden, alternate versions of Spider-Man start appearing to help him out. So we have Spider-Man 2099, we have Spider-Woman, we have the British Spider-Man, and Spider-Pig and Spider-Girl. And if you just imagine Spider-Man talking in his British accent, it's just awesome. But then we get this incredible punch from Spider-Pig, and obviously 616 Spider-Man is just like, what is going on? Like, basically just a bunch of Spider-Men have just appeared out of nowhere, and they're all trying to explain to him how they have all been brought together to go to 616 Spider-Man, and pretty much because he has faced something like this before. 616 Peter Parker has faced up against Marlon before, and is the only one that's killed him twice. No one else has done that, and it's just awesome how they say, yeah, Deimos is coming, Marlon's bigger brother, and straight away Peter just says, guys, in the portal right now, we are not standing here for another second. And then we go over to 616 Kane Parker. Yes, Scarlet Spider of the 616 universe is about to be killed by Deimos, and just as he's about to be killed, the rest of the Spider Gang show up, and we have old-time Spider-Man jumping through the portal, along with Spider-Man called Bruce Banner. So there is a Spider-Man called Bruce Banner, who instead of being turned into the Hulk, he became Spider-Man. And of course, Old Man Spider-Man is actually the Last Stand Spider-Man, where he actually dies or something like that in the future alternate 616. And then we have a humorous part with Spider-Gwen and Ben Reilly Spider-Man, where pretty much Kane is absolutely convinced that Spider-Gwen is a clone of Gwen Stacy, and then all of a sudden Ben Reilly comes out of nowhere, and of course Ben Reilly is part of, like, from an alternate dimension, so yeah, that basically persuades Kane to come with them. And once they come through the portal, we discover that they are actually staying in Earth 13, and the only reason they are safe in this universe is because Spider-Man with the cosmic spider powers is the one that can protect them. But anyway, our 616 Spider-Man finally realizes and is told that he is their secret weapon in this war against the Inheritors, and he actually discovers that he's the greatest Spider-Man out of all of them, which is just so freaking awesome. It kind of reminds me of the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, if you remember the final episode, where all of the Spider-Men came together, and it was that one Spider-Man that we knew that was the leader because he was the best. And it's just so freaking awesome that they're doing that in a comic. It's amazing. But also, something completely unexpected. We go over to Earth 610, aka the Ultimate Universe, and it's Miles Morales stood at his mum's grave, along with Spider-Woman, aka Jessica Drew of the Ultimate Universe, and then out of nowhere, Lady Verna and her hounds actually show up to kill Miles Morales, and that is where the issue ends. Now, I know that we haven't seen anything of the Spider-Verse in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics yet, but he is actually in Spider-Verse Team Up issue 2, so we know that Miles Morales is going to be part of the Spider-Verse, but he might team up with Peter Parker, we never know. Like, it could be Peter Parker the 616 or Peter Parker the Ultimate Universe, but either way, that is where the issue ends. And then, this is the longest comic ever, guys. There's an actual epilogue to this issue where it's showing more of the, I think, oh yeah, the Inheritors, that's the name. Basically, Morland's family are called the Inheritors, and we're seeing them in their own universe and stuff like that. So, as you can see, they've actually got Spider-Men on the table for dinner, as if we would set up turkeys on the dinner table and stuff like that. And they're basically all waiting for Morland or Deimos to return from their hunt. And if you remember, Deimos was specifically told by Morland not to go to the 616 universe because Morland was saving that universe until last. And of course, Deimos just completely ignored that and then went and tried to kill Kane. But anyway, here we get an awesome look at the Web of Destiny, and we can see multiple versions of Spider-Man: a Mangaverse Spider-Man, Human Torch Spider-Man, Wolverine Spider-Man, Cowboy Spider-Man, all of these crazy Spider-Men in the Web of Destiny. And as you could see, that giant spider, the Spider God that controls all of this, is actually shackled up in chains. And I'm going to say this now, in my opinion, I think that in the Spider-Verse, all the Spider-Men are actually going to free this Spider God, and he is just going to absolutely rip into the Inheritors, into Morland's family. And because if you think about it, this Spider-Man, well, this spider like thing is a Spider God. He's a god. He's with absolute power. So it's going to be so awesome if they free him. I can't wait. But basically, now that Deimos has returned, and he has actually brought back that Bruce Banner Spider-Man that I was telling you about, and he's kind of still alive. He's kind of just weakened, and obviously he's put on the plate for the feast. And Morland eventually discovers that Deimos completely disregarded what was said to him, and he went along to the 616 universe anyway, and basically they start fighting. But what you've got to remember is that the 616 universe is different to the other universes, and the rest of the Morland family do not know why, except for Morland. And it's because 616 Peter Parker is the greatest Spider-Man of them all, and Morland's family actually refers to 616 Spider-Man as the Other. He is known as the Other to this family, and I cannot wait to see what happens. There must be something with 616 Peter Parker that's just going to be so freaking cool in the Spider-Verse in the coming issues. But anyway, they all dig into their feast, and that is where the issue ends. Finally, because that was the longest issue ever, guys. I mean, seriously. But straight away off the bat, I am just going to give this issue a 10 out of 10. It was absolutely phenomenal. Just the way the executed Spider-Man meeting the rest of the Spider-Men and stuff like that was just so awesome. And I think one thing that I was a little bit disappointed about was the fact that Peter hasn't yet discovered that Superior Spider-Man is actually the leader of this Spider-Man team-up situation, and he is the one that's gathering them all up. I cannot wait for his reaction when he sees Superior Spider-Man, aka Doc Ock, stood in front of him right there. And don't forget, guys, what you've got to remember is Doc Ock and 616 Peter Parker are both 616 Spider-Men. Literally, they are both the same body, remember. They were both in that body, so it's going to be so confusing when it happens, when I've got to explain it to you guys. Hopefully you all understand. But yeah, let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. And if you are looking forward to Superior Spider-Man meeting 616 Peter Parker, what do you think his reaction will be? And all of that crazy stuff. I honestly cannot wait for what is to come in the coming issues. Of course, I'm going to be reviewing all of the Spider-Verse tie-ins, so don't forget about them, because they are going to be up on my channel as well. And yeah, sorry this video was late. I did actually fall asleep, like I said at the beginning of the video. That doesn't usually happen. I don't know why I did, but yeah. So yeah, don't forget about the giveaway that I'm actually doing, and of course, leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought about the kickoff to the most anticipated event in Marvel so far, the Spider-Verse. Also, guys, remember to smack that like button, and let's try and get the likes on this video so high, since it is the beginning of the Spider-Verse. And of course, don't forget to share the video and hit the subscribe button for more, and I will see you guys in my next video.